Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and in the personal story segment tonight, a question: can alcoholics drink moderately after rehab? Alcoholics Anonymous and many other rehab programs say definitely not. But an outfit called Moderation Management says yes. However, the founder of Moderation Management, a woman named Audrey Kishline, was found guilty of killing a 12-year-old girl and her father while driving drunk last March, casting a pall on the organization. With us now is Dr. Stanton Peele, who is a former board member of Moderation Management. What bothers me about your organization...
You know, you left out one little fact.
Yeah.
She had quit Moderation Management.
She had quit it.
She was a member of AA when she drive drunk.
Right.
So you know
I was going to mention that, but
that is fair to get that piece of information in, would you think?
Sure, and I was going to mention it, as I said. But basically, what I have a problem with the whole Moderation Management philosophy here. Because
she had a problem with that, too. She decided she was going to abstain, and this is what she said. 2 months before the crash, she dropped out of Moderation Management and joined Alcoholics Anonymous. But it wasn't long before she was consuming so much wine at night she would drink herself to sleep. She was trying to abstain. You know, alcoholics are not out there because they are unable to drink moderately. It's because they have to drink excessively. They're seeking to drink excessively.
Right, they have to drink excessively. That's what you said. They have to. They're compelled to. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I never have.
I don't believe it either. Shouldn't they be able to moderate?
Well, no. Here's the way I see it. Here's the problem with it. Let me define a problem, and you can answer that first of all. Alcoholism in this country is a tremendously destructive force. You would agree with that, right?
And we've been telling people to abstain as a response to alcoholism for 30 or 40 or 50 years.
Well, we've been telling them to since Cain and Abel. I mean, this goes back to the dawn of mankind. But it's a tremendously destructive force.
Yes.
So if a person has
Except for the fact that, you know, the moderate drinkers live longer now.
All right, wait a minute. If a person, I don't care about that. If a person has a proclivity to drink to excess, or a disease, no matter how you want to define it, all right, either or, all right, it makes sense rationally for that person to stay as far away from the substance.
But people don't work that way, Bill. She was trying to abstain.
People don't work that way.
How was she getting all that alcohol when she was going to AA? Here's the, you want to talk about sins, Bill. A sin, and you've said this, is not going home and getting drunk on your own. A sin is getting out on the highway and driving drunk and killing 2 people.
You bet.
She was in therapy, and she couldn't tell them she was going home and getting drunk every night. They couldn't hear that. You know why, Bill? They're so preoccupied with abstaining that she couldn't even say to them, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying...
You're blaming AA. Sure you are. You're blaming AA, saying
you wanted to blame Moderation Management.
I'm blaming her. I'm blaming her. I'm looking at this woman right here, and I'm saying, you killed the 2 people, you're going up.
This is a program that wants to do something positive. You know what could have been done about her? She could have come to somebody and said, you know, I've been drinking regularly, getting drunk at night, but I don't want to hurt myself or anybody else. Can you help me?
Right.
I'm going to give you my car keys. And I don't want to drive while I'm getting drunk. You know, people get over drunkenness. They don't get over
so you're saying
death,
that
and they don't get over killing other people.
You're saying it's better to manage the problem by giving people a little bit of alcohol. I'm saying this.
I'm not giving people anything. They drink on their own. They were telling her to abstain.
Yeah.
Were they managing her problem by telling her to abstain? She's going home, getting drunk secretly, because there's you can't go to an AA meeting and say, you know, I'm drinking a lot at night. They say, quit, like you. They say, quit drinking. She didn't quit drinking.
Well, they say, call us up and we'll help you with it. We'll come over.
She didn't feel comfortable doing that.
That's her fault, not AA's fault.
And I'm not here to defend her. I think people who kill people should be punished. That's the sin.
But I'm not buying the fact that an alcoholic or anybody, a drug addict or anybody like that, if they have a proclivity for it or a disease, whatever you say, can do it just once in a while. Well, I'm not buying that. I think that philosophy is destructive.
Audrey Kishline wrote me in 1993 that she wanted to start a group called Moderation Management. She belonged to Moderation Management for 7.5 years. I'm not aware that she ever got drunk. She certainly didn't get arrested for DWI, and she never killed anybody.
Circumstances
2 months in, trying to abstain, and she's driving the wrong way on the highway.
For whatever reason,
to tell people to abstain is not an answer, Bill. That's not a policy. That's a moral preachment.
No, it isn't. It's an answer because if you abstain, you don't get drunk and kill people.
And she wanted to abstain. She was swearing she was abstaining. And in the meantime, if you're driving down the other side of the road, does it reassure you that she's going to AA and they're telling her to abstain?
I'm not, listen, I am not saying that Miss Kishline, all right, was a person who couldn't do this or couldn't do this. I don't know the woman. I'm saying this. It doesn't make any sense to me to give someone who has a proclivity to abuse a substance, that substance in any way.
They don't give it to them. You don't give people a car, a license to drive, and a set of keys when they're intoxicated. That's the sin. That's what should have been done here. We actually have a word for that. It's called harm reduction. People are going to get drunk, Bill, no matter how great your show is and how much people watch it. And what we don't want them to do is to go out and hurt other people and hurt themselves. You can recover. People drink too much all the time and they cut back. You don't recover from death, and she's never going to recover from.
But I'll go on record as saying I think more alcoholics are cured the AA way with discipline
and this is good evidence?
and support.
And this is
not. But more are.
Well, let's have a show. You should have invited an AA guy on and said, well, this is a bad mark against you, but I still believe in you.
All right, we'll let the audience decide. But abstention seems to me, if you dabble, you're going to fall back, I believe.
That's what the Bible says, Bill. You're preaching. You're not coming up with therapy.
All right.